Hello, good evening. My name is Sade Cooper. I'm 20 years old. I'm in the foster system. I live on the Graham Windham Foster foster care agency. I'm currently residing in Brooklyn. Through my experience of being in care, I've been in 19 homes. I've been separated from my brother, who also currently in care, and he lived in the Bronx, but we were separated when we first came in care. Caseworkers, supervisors, they aren't like complying with my needs or seeking to give me the help that I need from before I age out. I'm only 7 months away from aging out. Half the time I won't get a phone call. I don't get home visits to the home unless I call the agency or speak to the caseworker myself, and it's always an excuse. I leave tons of voicemails to caseworkers, supervisors, legal aid. There's never like a call back. No one ever follows up. Nobody follows up with me about my housing, anything that's pertaining to me, so I can be successful in my future. I found out about FPA one day in July. I was watching the news and they was having a protest rally at the ACS building, and I further Googled and looked for information, and I contacted Ms. Dorian Matthews, the founder of FPA. And since I've been here, everything has been consistent, reaching out to like workers, supervisors, and legal aids to make sure that they assist me with the things that I need before I age out. The agencies, they really don't care about the children, because there's been times where most of the time that I've been moved out of my placements is because like I made a complaint against a foster parent, like neglecting the other children who are not able to advocate for themselves, and I feel like that isn't right. A lot of the times they do things to the kids and they will make sure that they cancel visits like with the biological parent, because they don't want the child to speak of certain things that's going on in the home. And it's like, well, since you have the problem, or since you're making the complaint, we can remove you from the situation and put somebody else there who won't complain or advocate for themselves. I knew of my rights only by reading through pamphlets and everything, but like being taught my rights by like a case planner, a supervisor, anything, no one actually told me that until I got myself involved with the FPA, the Fostering Progressive Advocacy organization. Like the foster parents, they don't care. They're not considerate. They don't have no understanding. It's all for the money. I've been left in the hallway, left in the street for hours. It's like you could get in the home on their convenience when they return to their home. There's been times where I have to travel 3-4 o'clock in the morning after waiting several hours to get in the home and like find somewhere to stay. There's been times where I broke night in the city because I had nowhere to go. More of the time, the foster parents, they don't care. They just in it for the money, and a lot of us need the support. Like, we have no support when we age out of care, and a lot of people, they're born into the system and they aged out with nobody. There's a lot of people that's being adopted, and once they turn 21, they're being like thrown onto the street, having to go to homeless shelters. Like, I only have 7 months to go. I'm afraid I might not have nowhere to go when push comes to shove. Like, if my housing isn't full, if I'm not called back for housing, I won't have anywhere to go. And we just need like people to support us and like support us as a youth. Like, we are your future. We are who you guys have to look up to or will need. Like, and in order for us to become better, you have to like support us, support our community with the youth. Like, there's nowhere to go. Like, you have no one to speak to, nowhere to turn to. Like, you're afraid you're gonna be homeless. Like, there's no trust, there's nothing. It's like a lot. It's like it's mentally, physically, emotionally overwhelming. It's like it's so much to take from one person.
What message would you like to share with the community? What type of changes would you like to see with the foster care system at this time?
They just need better foster parents who want to help like the youth grow and develop like mentally, physically for the future. Like a lot of times the people that's aging out, they don't have the mental status to be on their own because they weren't taught or they just don't know. And it's like, how can you help us so we can help ourselves? And it's like, if there's nobody there to like help us, like we're helpless. We're helpless, we homeless, we have nowhere to turn. And it's like, it's abuse. It's abuse. It's abuse. Like, come on, staying in the hallway for hours, nowhere to turn, people claiming food. Like, you shouldn't have to live like that, or just feel like, oh, you're borrowing, or you feel like something's being taken away from you, your freedom. Like, it's been time where I was working and the foster parent would think like they wouldn't have to give me my money because I'm working. The money I work for and the money that you have to give me, that's two different things. That's two different things. And it's like, well, you need to do this. It can be an emergency. You think, I've been left in the hospital. I sprained my ankle. When I first came into care, I sprained my ankle in the train station. I had to go to the hospital. I called a foster parent to come pick me up from the hospital because I was too young to be discharged, like to sign myself, discharge myself. I called the woman and she told me she's not in town right now, that I would have to wait. And I have to call a sibling or a friend to come and get me from the hospital.
Tell me about your educational experience.
Well, I graduated high school 2011. I was in college. I attended LaGuardia Community College. My first semester was the spring of 2012. The semester began very successful, but it didn't end so successful because I didn't have the material to focus on my studies, like the books to do the work. And even though I notified the agency, gave them paperwork, documents of what books, what material I needed, the price range and everything, the PYA of the agency, she called the bookstore asking if she can give a promissory note for my books, which they said they don't do promissory notes. So it's like, when the semester ended, like I really had no work to show, even though they do have scanners and stuff in school. You have to pay for that. You have to pay to scan a page, to rent the book. I don't have no money. I'm living in a foster care system. Like, I'm dependent on them to provide me with my needs, with my necessities in order to move forward. And it's like, at the end of the semester, I didn't have like the work that I needed, that I need to prove that I deserve the grade that I would have gotten. And then it's like, when I reapplied for school, I had to do a financial appeal, and it was like the placement, people coming in all times of the night. I can't sleep because I don't know what's coming in. Drugs being sold in the house. Anybody could come in any time of the night. And when I spoke, I had FTC meetings with complete strangers. A facilitator, yeah, a facilitator's always there, but you throw me in a meeting with a supervisor I don't even know from a different borough, and then you put me in with a worker who's been on my case for 7 months and she don't know nothing about me. It's like, how can you help me if you don't know me? You don't know nothing about me, and you put me with strangers. And it's like, there was confrontation, verbal confrontation between the foster parent and I. This woman was threatening me. I'm on a 3-way phone conversation with a supervisor and a friend, and the lady's in the background, and they called the foster parent on another phone line, and she knows what, and she made sure she did not come to that meeting because she didn't want to be a witness to what was going on in the home. And it's like they try to make me seem like I'm problematic. I need medication. I'm not going on nobody's medication. That's one. That's for all. Therapy. You go get therapy because you don't have no understanding of what I'm experiencing. This is my experience. I'm living a situation. All you're doing is working in the field. If you're going to help me, try to understand what I'm going through. That's the only way you can help me. Not them, like, a lot of the time they don't care for the youth. They're on the foster parent side. Why? Because they need that home open to throw another child in there. And I refuse to be neglected or be talked down to or be treated any type of way. So if moving me to another home is their best bet, they're going to have to keep moving me, because I'm just not going to settle for anything.
Okay. Thank you.